Welcome to the 2017 UIM XCAT World Championship, brought to you by the UIM, the World Powerboating Federation, in the role of promoter, with the support of the Chinese organizer, Bahía Blue de Oriente. It has been a long off-season. The teams will last together in Abu Dhabi in November 2016. Victory Team finished the season on top, as they have done so many times in the past. However, it's a new season and anything could happen, especially given the XCATs are taking to new waters. The first three 2017 XCAT World Championship race weekends take place in the Far East, in China. The first in Zhengzhou, the capital of the Henan province and home of Kung Fu. It's also been the seat of many Chinese dynasties for thousands of years. So the region is bursting with historical significance and sightseeing opportunities. The championship then moves to Weihai, just down the coast from Beijing, known as China's Garden City. Weihai is as green as it gets, with long and wonderfully white sandy beaches. A fantastic area to let your hair down. The final Chinese race weekend takes place in warm waters in Xiamen. Not too far from Hong Kong, the history of Xiamen is like a kid's storybook. European merchants, pirates and adventurers, this city is a great place to explore. Not to mention the walled Hakka villages, a must for any visit to China. Finally, the 2017 XCAT World Championship will return to familiar waters, back home to extraordinary Dubai, where we can count on warm weather and even warmer hospitality. But for now, back to incredible Zhengzhou in the first round of the 2017 UIM XCAT World Championship. It took some time to get here, but here we are in Zhengzhou. The pilots, the mechanics, and of course the XCATs are with us, and we are ready to experience XCAT racing for the first time in 2017. There is huge interest in XCATs here in China, with over 10,000 people in attendance. The exposure given to this sport that we love so much is huge. As Catcher engineering pilot Danny Martiglioni explained to us, having given a little interview to Chinese TV.
How are you? How
Not so bad. It's a fantastic place in China. Thank you for this accommodation. It's a little bit cold, but I hope tomorrow will be better, the weather.
Hey, the sun's out. It looks beautiful in this weather.
Yeah. It's nice. The city is nice. The people are very kind. A lot of fans. They make a lot of signature this morning. Thank you. Thank you for China people, and thank you for this amazing area.
The Zhengzhou Grand Prix will take place on Lake Longhu, or in English, Dragon Lake. It's a very different course to those that we're used to, with two long straights shaped like a banana, so they're not actually straight at all. As SWICAT pilot Eric Stark explained.
The course is quite special, and it's going to be tricky to race it because it's like turning all the time, and we get a lot of waves coming from the side from other boats, so it will be tricky, but
It's flat but long straights, and you have to choose between long distance propeller with a lot of top speed or go for the acceleration. I'm not sure. But in the race it will be really important to have the acceleration from the start, because it's hard to pass all the boats.
Plenty to think about. These XCAT pilots are the best in the world, and as ever, they will require lightning fast reactions.
with this boat it's possible to turn in full speed, but when you get the waves from the side, we don't really know what's gonna happen. So like next practice we're gonna go out and push a little bit more and see what the boat will do when we got the side waves.
People is not the problem, it's overtaking that can be a challenge. So it's really important to have a good start. That's probably 90% of the race is the start tomorrow.
Before we've even touched down in China, the biggest news had perhaps already broken. After so many years of victories with Victory Team, Emirati duo of Arif Al Safain and Nadir bin Hendi parted ways. Whilst the latter takes a break from powerboating, the former is ready to defend his title that's been his for so long, with a new teammate in Scott Williams from the UK. But that's not all. Arif returns this season with a completely new boat and an old friend. We spoke to him in day one in Zhengzhou.
Yeah, it's changed because, you know, the last race we make it all the team before 8 months or 7 months. Sure, we'll be busy regarding to make it all the setup for the boat and for tomorrow for practice, and this is normal.
So it's a brand new boat you'll be racing in?
Yeah, it's brand new boat, but actually it's used boat. I used this boat more than 8 years ago with the 2-stroke. Now we'll fix the 4-stroke. Sure, we don't have time to test the boat in Dubai, but to try make it ready for tomorrow.
So she's like an old friend?
Yes, old friend. I can't keep it alone.
No one can count that man off, but there is plenty of competition. None more so than Arif's old team, Victory Team, who can count on the expertise of the most victorious staff ever in this discipline. Then there is their Emirati cousins from Abu Dhabi, who demonstrated all their skills in 2016 and are back, as always, ready to fight for their XCAT World Championship crown. The XCAT World will also be expecting a lot of the Swedish team, SweCat, an exciting and well-run team with two great pilots, Eric Starr and Mika Bengston.
This is Mike.
And this is Eric.
And he's the throttle man.
And this is the driver.
And he's the clever one.
Yeah, and he's the stupid one.
Who will be complemented by the youngest man on tour in 20-year-old Sebastian Groth. Despite huge effort in 2016, Team Australia didn't reach their own high standards. Pilot Brett Lerman and throttleman Paul Virik Nielsen will be back in 2017 with their XCAT, the Blue Roo, to put things right.
Yeah, look, the course is really challenging. It's a banana course, and it's the first time that we've had to run the boat that way. In one way, it's not that challenging, but in another way, when you've got 14 boats being so small and you're continually turning, we're finding it something we're going to have to really apply ourselves to. But the testing went really well. I'm really happy with the team and how we're going so far. It's an amazing venue. I mean, there's just tens of thousands of people, and our hosts have done an amazing job putting on such a setup for us. We really look forward to the weekend, and we're quite happy with how things are going so far.
Piloted by the driver's representative Giovanni Capitella and Joachim Kumlin, will carry for the event the administration of Zhengzhou and be a crowd favourite. An outsider's choice to pick up some wins in the 2017 championship.
Here we are, new season, new boat, new driver. We have only tested yesterday. The boat is really hard to drive, really hard to set up because it's extreme boat, and we don't have found at the moment the setup. We try something different today and something different tomorrow.
Further down the order, we have teams from Italy, Fujairah, Russia, Spain and Kuwait. They've all taken big steps. They have new boats and they'll consider themselves as serious contenders.
What we will do for the first pole position and race is some new propellers, very easy, to check with the flat water, because as you know here is very flat. For the rest we will see what's happening in the next race, because in the next race, as you know, is different kind of weather, of the sea and whatever.
Day 2. This is when things get serious. But beforehand, there's an opening ceremony. It's an opportunity for the drivers to meet the guys that made it happen, put on a bit of show for the huge number of fans in attendance. Over 10,000 Chinese people came to see these XCATs in action in China for the first time. It was on day 2, the news broke that XCAT's future in China had been sealed for 5 years. This news was welcomed by the drivers, who are going to love it here in China, and they took the occasion to present the local organiser with an XCAT race suit.
Thank you very much. We are proud.
So after this huge ceremony, there's been the drivers' briefing. They had the chance finally to see the race circuit. It's the first time. And they discussed with all the commissioners the way to enter the course, the way to race around the buoys, the long laps, a lot of technical things. And now finally is their chance to get in the water. Their boats are getting ready. They are really eager to test them. The first official practice, what is it about? Of course, they don't know many aspects of their boats because this year many things have changed for them. It could be new boats, for some new engines, because there are new Mercury engines now for all of them, but last year it wasn't for all of them. And then mainly they have to see how the boat feels on this kind of water, because every place is different. You can have more salty water, you can have more waves, wind. And based on this, they have to change the propellers, the gear ratio, and the setup of the boat. So there's a lot of work to get prepared for a great weekend of racing.
On day 2, we started to see the grandstands here in Zhengzhou fill. First for pole position qualifying, and then the first race of the 2017 UIM XCAT World Championship. There's no second chances anymore.
It's okay for us if it's first try for us. We hope we bring a good result in the pole position today and to complete the whole 3 races in China.
All the final checks need to be completed, and then it's time to get your helmets on. Get in those XCATs and give yourselves the best chance. And there was no surprises. Carrying on from previous seasons, victory followed by Abu Dhabi. Perhaps the story of the day was the Blue Route from Team Australia coming in 3rd, a great achievement.
Okay, so you did 4th in Q1, 3rd in Q2, and then 3rd in Q3. How was that?
It was very good. I mean, we really deserve it. We have been working flat out and struggling a little bit last season. But we know we have the potential and to do well. And me and Brett getting better and better each lap. So it's such a fun time now. So this is a good base to work on, and hopefully we do a good race.
So you did 1st, then 1st, and then 2nd. What happened?
First round, we're doing our setup. What I do yesterday, I have very good prop. In second step, in second section, I do also the same prop, and I break my prop, and I go back to Bantoon. I will change the spare prop, but this prop is a little less than my favorite prop. But I'm happy I get to second place in this prop. But I hope in the race I will get something.
I am very happy to win this pole position season 2017 in China. I hope I'll finish the race in the first position to get full points.
But for now, onto the action on the first race of 2017. Go, go, go! Look at those rooster tails fly up!
Very good start from Abu Dhabi. I'd say also from number 10. It's like sticking to Australia. We will see. The first turn will be really tough for them because they have no visibility with all this sprays and also disturbed by the wakes that all the boats before them create.
We've been waiting a long time for the 2017 XCAT World Championship, but it is back. This Victory team racing down the outside of this banana-shaped straight with Abu Dhabi team just behind them, and Team Australia in third. There's a bit of a gap. Those three seem to be breaking away a little bit.
Yeah. We've seen before number 10 sticking to the back of Team Australia. Maybe they took the long lap immediately in order not to be disturbed, because if you have a boat like right in front of you and you can't overtake it, that's the best situation to take the long lap. Otherwise, you will lose an opportunity. It's also a matter of strategies when to have the long laps. And we've seen Altman Marine stopping, going very slow in the image here, number 46. It's a pity for Andrea Comello and Roberto Lupiano, because as we said, they did a very good result in pole position.
You can see for yourselves on the screen there that Victory team is starting to pull away a little bit.
Meanwhile, another retirement for Arif Al-Zafain, the Iranian champion. His boat, number 7 Al-Vasl, has stopped. It's in the middle of the course, and so big disappointment from the man who has the medal around his neck. Look at the beautiful colors of the Abu Dhabi boat with the back in the same green.
It's a favorite for me.
Is it?
I love the design, yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, this is Abu Dhabi flag. XCAT Racing, we will see in the screen now. First year they got in XCAT was 2 years ago. They finished 5th. Last year it was their second year. They finished 4th. And so when I asked them, what's your target for this year? They said, of course, 3rd, but if we can, even more. But 3rd is the minimum they want to achieve. We see now Team Australia. Personally, it's one of my favorite liveries. It's not a matter of supporting, just aesthetically, I love this livery. And they also give nicknames to their boats. When they asked for suggestion, I said the Thunder from Down Under, but they said, you know, we had that 10 years ago on another boat, one of the teams in Australia, so they went for the Blue Roo. And we see in our screens number 10 now regaining speed. It completely went to a stop. Probably this could be an electronic issue at station, because they completely stopped and now they are keeping speed again, and who knows. It's a pity because,
Caccio Engineering.
They're passing in front of us now, very fast, very good balance of the boat. Yeah, they moved in 3rd spot. We'll see with the strategies of the long laps, but anyway, being 3rd spot means they're going really fast. And this is Blue Roo now, passing in front of us. We see now, the pace cat waving the white flag. This is last lap for everybody, and then they're getting prepared with the checker flag, which means that when the first boat will cross, the race will be ended. So it's Victory Team, Abu Dhabi, Catch Engineering in 3rd place, and then the Blue Roo, and XCAT Racing the first 5 spots.
So you have Team Abu Dhabi on your screens at the minute, but it's Victory Team leading the pack.
This is again white flag for the last 2, which is number 9 and number 17.
And here it is,
Victory Team.
The checkered flag, Victory Team leading it home.
So the first race of the season, but once again is Victory Team taking the first place with 2 different drivers. It's Eiza Alali and Salem Aladidi. 2nd spot for them, Rashid Al Tayer and Majid Al Mansouri. They are like the first bidders to challenge Victory Team this year, I believe. And checker flag again as well for Catch Engineering. Great result for them, really, for Diego Testa and Daniele Martignoni, the Italian team owned by Alfredo Amato. And we're really happy because they deserved it. A lot of struggle.
Pasquale throwing across the checkered flag, offering his applause. What a great sight. Wonderful thing to see. It was the first time for the drivers to compete in the water. The Victory Team, despite competing without their star duo of so many years, finished the day as fastest. It proved that it was a good decision to recruit from the inside and promote their young duo of Salem Aladidi and Isa Al-Ali, who were on the junior team last year. Some things never change, and Team Abu Dhabi made to make it look that way. Finishing in 2nd, it was a UAE start from the front. Rashid Al Tayer and Mayed Al Mansouri setting their stall out and making their 2017 intentions very, very clear.
So race 1 is over, you did second, what's your feelings?
Feeling good. The important we take a point for this race and we try our best for next race tomorrow or the other race. We are focusing to get the World Championship, so this is why we try to finish the race.
Perhaps the story of the day was courtesy of Caccia Engineering, a dark horse to many. Diego Testa and Daniele Martioni showed that they don't care much for expert opinion. A great racing strategy, coordinated by team manager Alfredo Amato, made them a game position after P4 in qualifying.
Diego Testa, Daniele Martignoni, you finished third, the first race of the season. Feelings?
Fantastic. Thank you for Diego. So I'm a rookie. Diego is much more experienced than me. It's much more time world champion. And today I'm driving relaxed because there are you know the major, no? Danny, quiet and relaxed. Not so bad. A good job today.
I want to thank my mechanics for Tuesday and Friday. We have a big problem on the boat, and this result for us. But myself enjoying the boat and a fantastic result for first race in this boat.
The XCAT World Championship is full of amazing stories, and Sweekout were at the centre of one today, competing the second half of the race with a broken propeller. Here's the guys themselves to explain.
For us it was a good, we started 8 and finished 5, but like the last 6 lap I think of the race, obviously you can see we broke one blade, so we were driving like 6 laps with a broken blade and lost a lot of the acceleration and a little bit of the top speed, but boat really was not easy to drive, so like it was a big one for us.
For people that won't know about XCAT racing, how did it feel to actually drive the boat with a broken prop?
The first thing you notice is like a lot of vibrations.
I think it's like similar to maybe drive a car with a puncture or something.
Yeah.
You know, everything vibrates a lot, and the handling of the boat is a lot different.
The biggest disappointment of the opening race of the 2017 XCAT World Championship fell to Arif Al Safain. Despite the experience of 4 world titles in XCAT, Arif, along with his buddy Scott Williams, couldn't finish the race due to an engine overheating on their new boat, Al Basel. But returning to the top, congratulations to Victory Team, who just keep doing what they've been doing for so many years. Unfortunately, we had to deal with foggy weather on day 3, high humidity and poor visibility. But that didn't stop tens of thousands of people still lining Lake Longhu here in Zhengzhou. The starting order of XCATs on day 2 was dictated by the results of day 1. So there wasn't any qualifying today, we're just straight into the main event. On such a narrow and unique course, without any proper straights, there was plenty of strategy in play, as long laps are a huge consideration. From the green flag, Victory Team Salem Al-Adidi and Isa Al-Ali on Victory took advantage of the clear water in front of them and pushed speed to the maximum, waiting for Abu Dhabi's Rashid Al Tayer and Majid Al Mansouri to take their first long lap, which happened on lap 5. This meant that the Dubai boat could maintain first position, and from that moment on, it was just a matter of overcoming the elements. Behind the first 2, a frantic series of twists, penalties and overtakes changed racing order many times, with a free-for-all battle which eventually opened up for the Blue Roux of Brent Lerman and Paul Verik Nilsson to take advantage of. They took a sweet third-place finish to stand on the podium at the end of the day, some consolation having just missed out at the end of race 1. A special mention for Giovanni Capitella and Joachim Kumlin of 222 Offshore, who had a great day moving up from P7 to P4. It was an incredible event in incredible Zhengzhou. The XCAT teams leaving with a real appreciation of the local people who showed such huge enthusiasm for XCAT racing. A wonderful event promoted by the World Powerboating Federation and organised by Bahia Blue de Oriente.
Actually, we did our best in this race, and we could try to do our best in the second race, but unfortunately the victory team was faster than us a bit. So we don't promise, but we're gonna do our best in the next races. Thank you for China, thank you for the UIM, thank you for everyone, and thanks for the team.
Isa Alali, Salem Aladil, first of all, congratulations. It's full score in 2 races, 70 points.
Thank you very much. It is the second win this season, and I hope it is all season will be fine, and I fight to get world champion.
For now, the logistical guys will have to get to work as we head to Weihai for some more XCAT World Championship racing.